Sarah knocked her coffee cup over when the man grabbed her arm outside the grocery store. Brown liquid spread across the sidewalk as she pulled back, ready to scream. His grip loosened immediately. "Please," he said, "I need help. My daughter turns 7 tomorrow and she asked for one thing." Sarah looked at his face. Dark circles under his eyes. 3-day stubble. A wrinkled shirt that probably cost more than her rent. "Let go of me," she said. He released her arm and stepped back. "I'm sorry. I'm Marcus. I know this sounds insane, but I need someone to pretend to be my wife for a week." Sarah laughed. "You're right. It does sound insane. My daughter Emma has cancer. Leukemia. She's been in treatment for 2 years." His voice cracked. "She asked if her mom could come to her birthday party. Just once." "Where's her actual mother?" "Dead. Car accident 3 years ago. Emma was only 4. She barely remembers her." Sarah picked up her fallen grocery bag. "That's horrible, but I can't help you. Emma thinks her mom is overseas working. I told her that because I couldn't explain death to a 4-year-old who just watched her mother die in front of her." He pulled out his phone and showed Sarah a photo, a little girl with no hair, wearing a hospital gown, smiling at the camera. "She's been asking when mommy comes home for 3 years. I kept saying soon. Next month, after Christmas." Before we continue, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to The Goodness Effect. Why now? Because she's dying. Marcus's hands shook. The doctors gave her 6 months, maybe less. Her birthday party might be her last one. She asked me yesterday if mommy could finally come home for it. I said yes before I could stop myself. Sarah stared at him. "You want me to lie to a dying child? I want her to have one happy memory before she goes." Marcus pulled out his wallet and removed a worn photograph. A woman with dark hair and green eyes. "This is Amanda, my wife. Emma's mother." Sarah looked at the photo, then at her reflection in the store window. Same hair color, similar face shape. The resemblance was there if you were looking for it. "You followed me from the store because I look like her? I've been searching for 3 weeks. I've approached 42 women. You're the closest match." He put the photo away. "I'll pay you $10,000, $5,000 up front, $5,000 after. You think money makes this okay? No. Nothing makes this okay. But Emma deserves 1 week where she believes her mother came home, where she feels complete." Marcus rubbed his face. "I'm a terrible father. I lied to her for 3 years, because I was too broken to deal with the truth. Now she's running out of time and I can't take it back." Sarah should have walked away, should have called the police, should have done anything except ask, "What would I have to do?" "Stay at our house for a week. Be there for her birthday party on Saturday. Answer to Amanda. Pretend you know her. Love her." He paused. "Let her believe her mother came home. She'll know I'm not her real mom. She was 4 when Amanda died. Her memories are blurry. She has photos, but young kids don't remember faces clearly. If you act like her mother, she'll believe it." Sarah thought about her empty apartment, her dead-end job, her own mother who stopped calling 2 years ago. "This is crazy. I know. It's wrong. I know that too. When would this start?" Marcus's eyes filled with hope. "Tonight. The party is tomorrow at 2. You'd stay through next Friday. 7 days total. I need to think about it. Emma goes back to the hospital next Saturday for her next round of treatment. This is the only break she has." He wrote down his address and phone number. "Please, I'm begging you. Think about what it means to a little girl who just wants her mom." He walked away before Sarah could respond. Sarah sat in her apartment that night, staring at the address. She'd looked up Marcus online. Widower, daughter with cancer. Everything he said checked out. Local news articles about hospital fundraisers mentioned them. She called her best friend Rachel. "That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard," Rachel said. "He could be a serial killer. He's not." "How do you know?" "I looked him up. He's real. His daughter is real. The cancer is real. That doesn't mean you should pretend to be a dead woman." Sarah switched the phone to her other ear. "What if it was you? What if you were 7 and dying and all you wanted was to see your mom one more time? That's emotional manipulation. That's a dying kid's last wish." Rachel sighed. "You're going to do this no matter what I say, aren't you?" "I don't know yet." But she did know. She'd known since Marcus walked away. She'd spent her whole life being invisible, working retail, going home alone, watching other people live meaningful lives. This was something that mattered. Something that could change a little girl's last days. She texted Marcus at midnight. I'll do it. But we need rules. He called immediately. Thank you. God, thank you. What rules? I need to know everything about Amanda, her habits, her voice. Things she said, how she acted, with Emma. I'll tell you everything. No touching, no pretending we're actually married. I'm there for Emma only. Agreed. If she figures out I'm not her real mom, this stops immediately. Understood. And you pay me the first 5,000 before I walk through your door. Marcus gave her his address again. Come tomorrow at noon. Before Emma wakes from her nap, I'll have everything ready. Sarah packed a bag after hanging up. 7 days of clothes. 7 days of being someone else. 7 days of giving a dying girl her mother back. She barely slept. Marcus's house was smaller than Sarah expected. A 2-story home with a wooden fence and children's drawings taped to the windows. He opened the door before she could knock. You came. I said I would. Sarah stepped inside. Photos of Amanda covered every wall. Amanda holding baby Emma. Amanda and Marcus on their wedding day. Amanda laughing at a beach. You kept everything. I couldn't take them down. Emma needs to see her mother's face. He led Sarah to the kitchen table where a laptop sat open. I made a document. Everything about Amanda, how she talked. Her favorite phrases, songs she sang to Emma. Bedtime routines. Everything. Sarah spent 2 hours reading. Amanda called Emma sweetheart and my little star. She sang old Disney songs. She made funny voices when reading books. She tucked Emma in with 3 kisses, forehead, nose, chin. What about your relationship with her? Sarah asked. That doesn't matter. You're here for Emma. Emma will notice if we act like strangers. Marcus shifted in his seat. Amanda and I were good together. We held hands. We kissed goodbye in the mornings. Nothing dramatic, just comfortable. I'm not kissing you. I know. We'll keep distance. Say Mommy and Daddy need to talk privately if Emma asks why we're not affectionate. A monitor on the counter crackled. A small voice called out. Daddy? Marcus tensed. She's awake. Are you ready? No, neither am I. He stood and transferred money to Sarah's account from his phone. 5,000. As promised, Sarah's phone buzzed with the confirmation. No turning back now. Remember, Marcus said, she hasn't seen you in 3 years. You've been working overseas. You came home special for her birthday. You missed her every day. They walked upstairs together. Marcus opened Emma's bedroom door. The little girl sat up in bed, thin and pale, wearing a princess nightgown. She looked at Sarah with wide eyes. For a terrible moment, Sarah thought she'd been recognized as a fraud. Then Emma whispered, Mommy. Sarah knelt beside Emma's bed, her throat tight. Hi, sweetheart. Emma launched herself forward, wrapping skeletal arms around Sarah's neck. The hug was desperate, hungry. Sarah held her gently, afraid the girl might break. You came home, Emma sobbed. Daddy said you would, but I thought he was lying. I'm here now. Sarah stroked the girl's back, feeling each vertebra through the thin nightgown. I missed you so much. Why did you stay away so long? Sarah glanced at Marcus, who stood frozen in the doorway. I had to work, baby. But I'm home now. I'm home for your birthday. Emma pulled back, studying Sarah's face. You look different. Sarah's heart stopped. Do I? Your hair is longer, and you're skinnier. Being away from you and Daddy made me forget to eat properly. Sarah touched Emma's bald head gently. You look different too, beautiful, but different. The medicine made my hair fall out. Daddy says it'll grow back. It will. And it'll be even prettier than before. Emma smiled, and Sarah saw Amanda in that smile. She saw Marcus. She saw a little girl who deserved more time than the universe was giving her. The next day, Emma's birthday party filled the backyard with children and parents. Sarah wore a dress Marcus said Amanda would have chosen. She held Emma's hand while kids sang happy birthday. She helped Emma blow out 7 candles. Make a wish, sweetheart, Sarah whispered. Emma closed her eyes tight. When she opened them, she looked at Sarah. I wish that you'd never leave again. Sarah's smile felt like it would crack her face. That's a good wish. The other parents watched Sarah with curious eyes. Marcus introduced her as his wife, Amanda, back from overseas. Some people looked confused. Others smiled politely. One woman pulled Marcus aside. That's not Amanda, Sarah heard her whisper. Yes, it is. Marcus said firmly. Marcus, Amanda had a scar on her left hand from when Emma was born. I was there, I remember. Sarah's stomach dropped. She'd studied everything about Amanda, except her scars. Marcus looked at Sarah across the yard, panic in his eyes. The woman followed his gaze. Who is that woman? She demanded. Emma ran to Sarah, holding a deflated balloon. Mommy, can you fix it? Sarah took the balloon, aware of the woman and Marcus staring. Let's get you some cake first, sweetheart. She walked Emma to the dessert table, Marcus following. The woman stayed behind, but Sarah felt her eyes burning into her back. That's Jennifer, Marcus said quietly. Amanda's best friend. She knows. What do we do? I'll handle it. Keep Emma distracted. But Emma wasn't distracted. She looked up at Sarah while eating chocolate cake. Are you really my mommy? Sarah's hands went cold. What makes you ask that? Mrs. Jennifer was looking at you funny. And you don't smell like mommy. Mommy smelled like flowers. Sarah had forgotten perfume. A detail Marcus never mentioned because who thinks about smell when describing someone? People's smells change, Sarah said carefully. I've been using different soap in the country where I was working. Emma considered this. Okay, can you read me a story tonight? Like you used to? Of course. And do the voices? The funny ones. Sarah had practiced the voices from Marcus's descriptions. She hoped they were close enough. Every single voice. Emma hugged her again. I love you, Mommy. I'm so happy you came home. The words stabbed into Sarah's chest. This little girl loved her, trusted her, believed she was the mother who'd been taken from her. Jennifer cornered Marcus by the fence. Their conversation looked heated. Other parents started gathering their children, making excuses about getting home. The party was ending early. When the last guest left, Jennifer walked straight to Sarah. I don't know who you are, she said, but you're not Amanda. Jennifer, Marcus started. Don't. I was Amanda's best friend. I know her better than anyone except you. She looked at Sarah with a mixture of anger and pity. Why are you doing this? Emma appeared from inside the house. Mrs. Jennifer, why are you yelling? Jennifer's face softened. She looked at Emma, then back at Sarah and Marcus. Understanding dawned in her eyes. I'm not yelling, sweetie, Jennifer said quietly. I'm just saying goodbye to your mom. It's good to see her again. She walked away without another word. Emma tugged Sarah's hand. Can we open presents now? Yes, baby. Let's open presents. That night, after Emma fell asleep, Jennifer came back. She sat at the kitchen table with Marcus and Sarah, her face tight with controlled emotion. How long does she have? Jennifer asked. 4 to 6 months, Marcus said. Maybe less. And this was her birthday wish? To see her mother? Yes. Jennifer looked at Sarah. What's your real name? Sarah. Why did you agree to this? Sarah folded her hands on the table. Because no one should die without their mother. Her mother is dead. I know. But for 1 week, she doesn't have to know that. For 1 week, she can feel whole. Jennifer's eyes filled with tears. This is wrong. I know, Marcus said, but it's all I have left to give her. A lie that makes her happy. What happens when Sarah leaves? When Emma asks where her mother went again? I'll tell her the truth, Marcus said. I'll tell her that Amanda had to go back to work but she wanted to come for her birthday. That she loved Emma enough to travel across the world for 7 days. And when Emma's gone, she'll die believing her mother loved her that much. Jennifer wiped her eyes. Amanda did love her that much. She would have done anything for Emma. I know. That's why I'm doing this now. They sat in silence. Finally, Jennifer stood. I won't tell anyone, but Sarah, you need to be careful. Emma is smart. If she catches you in a lie, it'll break her heart worse than the truth. I'll be careful, Sarah promised. Jennifer left. Sarah and Marcus stayed at the table. Thank you, Marcus said, for today, for all of it. Don't thank me yet. We still have 6 days. But those 6 days passed faster than Sarah expected. She read Emma stories every night, doing voices that made the girl laugh. She helped Emma with puzzles. She watched movies curled up on the couch with Emma's head in her lap. She sang songs Amanda used to sing. She became Amanda in every way except the ways that mattered. On the last day, Emma was weaker. The week without treatment had been a break, but the cancer didn't take breaks. She lay in bed holding Sarah's hand. I'm glad you came home, Mommy, Emma said. Even if you have to leave again. Me too, sweetheart. Will you come back soon? Sarah's throat closed. I'll always be with you. Even when you can't see me. That's what Daddy says about you when you're away. That you're always with us in our hearts. He's right. Emma closed her eyes. I love you, Mommy. I love you too, my little star. Emma fell asleep. Sarah carefully extracted her hand and walked downstairs. Marcus was waiting with the second payment. You don't have to pay me, Sarah said. A deal is a deal. This stopped being about money on day one. Marcus transferred the money anyway. Thank you for giving her this week. Thank you for being what she needed. Sarah picked up her bag from the hallway. I'll go now. Before she wakes up, it'll be easier. Wait. Marcus pulled out a photo. Amanda and Emma at the beach, both laughing. Emma wanted you to have this. She told me this morning to give it to her mom before she leaves. Sarah took the photo. I can't keep this. Please, you earned it. You were more of a mother to her this week than you had to be. Sarah looked at the photo, at Amanda's real face, at Emma's joy, captured in permanent ink. She left the house and drove home. She put the photo on her fridge. Every morning for the next 3 months, she looked at it and remembered being someone's mother for 7 days. When Marcus called to tell her Emma had passed peacefully in her sleep, Sarah cried for the little girl who'd called her mommy, who'd believed in a beautiful lie, who'd died thinking her mother had loved her enough to come home. Sarah went to the funeral. She stood in the back, watching Marcus bury his daughter. Jennifer saw her and nodded. Marcus never turned around, but Sarah knew he knew she was there. After everyone left, Sarah approached the grave. She placed flowers next to Emma's headstone. Goodbye, my little star, she whispered. She walked away from the cemetery, carrying the weight of a child's love, and a father's desperation, and a week of being someone she wasn't. But for 7 days, she'd been exactly who someone needed her to be. And that, Sarah realized, was the most real thing she'd ever done.